made some tea, some Lipton, I think it's blackberry vanilla with honey, and just like one little spoon like this teeny tiny of organic sugar. So good. Today I'm going to be showing my contouring routine, and I have 3 different, well actually these are my 2 products that I constantly use, and then this is brand new one from Wet n Wild. I just got it yesterday and I really wanted to give it a try, and just put it along with all these other products that I have. Anyways, so I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my powder contouring. Yeah, I'm just gonna get started. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD, the stick one. I'm in the color 123 Y365. And this is going to be my second time using this. I wanted to do a first impression on it, but I just haven't really had the time to film, and just haven't really been up for it. So anyways, I did prime my face with the Nivea Post Shave Balm. I actually get this for Peter every Christmas. It's actually just home. Hey babe. Don't slip in the corner.
Oh, nice shirt.
It's tight on me.
Oh, it's fitted.
Shorts. Bless you. Okay, anyways, for primer today I'm using the Nivea Post Shave Balm. And on top of that I use the Professional around my nose and on top of my cheeks, and just a little bit around my face because it kind of helps with the veins that I have to kind of minimize the appearance of them. Anyway, so I'm going to be using the stick for all over my face, and the color is really good. I literally, when I went to go pick it out, I think it took me like, I don't know, a minute. I picked the yellowest one, so I think it's working out perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do is conceal. I'm going to use the Age Rewind concealer, and I think this is the color neutralizer. Oh, it looks so bright. And I think for this I am going to use my beauty blender. Well, actually my Real Technique sponge. Just to press it into my skin. And I do, where's my brush? Do like to go back to my brush or whatever, if I was using a beauty blender that has some leftover product in it, just so it's a little bit more blended with my foundation. Okay, now for the fun part, the contouring. Okay, so this is the one that I had been using from the start. As you can tell, I have already hit pan. And I do like using the more orangey tone because I have more dark circles at the bottom, so I like mixing these two. Today I'm actually going to be trying this Wet n Wild one just to see, you know, how it is and stuff. Anyways, first impression kind of thing. But if I were to use my Kat Von D, I would be using both of these to highlight. For my Lorac contour palette, I just got this for Christmas as a gift. So excited. I have been using both So it has a little bit more yellow tone on this one, and then the beige light, like it says yellow highlights. So I mixed both of them. So I would be mixing again those two. So for the Wet n Wild, there's only one, and it's pretty yellow. Cool. So the brush that I like to use to apply my highlight, it is like a tapered, I think that's what it is, a tapered kabuki brush. Oh yes, it's tapered. So it's like this, and this one's a Sigma F86. So it's a tapered kabuki brush. I'm pretty sure you can find this in any other brand. I'm going to grab the yellow first to set basically my concealer because we don't want it to crease, and I don't even think it matters for me because my eyelids, oh no, my eyelids, my under eyes, so many wrinkles underneath that it creases regardless. So I really like to pack it on and then blend it out, but just like pushing it into the skin. Does it already look, kind of tone down that brightness, but it's definitely going to make a difference once we apply the brown contouring. Cool. So the brush that I like to use to apply my highlight, it is like a tapered, I think that's what it is, a tapered kabuki brush. Oh yes, it's tapered. So it's like this, and this one's a Sigma F86. So it's a tapered kabuki brush. I'm pretty sure you can find this in any other brand. I'm going to grab the yellow first to set basically my concealer because we don't want it to crease, and I don't even think it matters for me because my eyelids, oh no, my eyelids, my under eyes, so many wrinkles underneath that it creases regardless. So I really like to pack it on and then blend it out, but just like pushing it into the skin. Does it already look, kind of tone down that brightness, but it's definitely going to make a difference once we apply the brown contouring. Highlight our under eyes to brighten that, and then to give it that balance highlight, you do your chin. I would suggest doing around your nose or just like on top of your lip, and then your forehead. Depending on the size of your forehead, I think that you put either the most or the least amount to either open up your forehead or close in your forehead a little bit. So it just depends. If you add more, you're opening up your forehead, and if you add less, you're kind of bringing in your forehead of the highlight. And then the brown, the contour around it to either close in or open it up. And then we do add some at the bottom. Not all the time, but I just like to add it to set the rest of my foundation. So far, I really like it, at least on camera. It's picking up, the colors are picking up pretty well. So yeah, so far this yellow Wet n Wild one, it's pretty good. Okay, now for the contouring part, I have a couple of brushes that I like to use for my contouring. Okay, so for the contouring part, I have this many brushes. Most of them are actually e.l.f. brushes. This one's the e.l.f. complexion brush. It's a really wide brush, but I feel because it's flat enough that it's able just to get right on the crease, or just like right here, or right under the cheekbone, and able to blend it out at the same time. So warming up and contouring at the same time. This one's a little bit more of a, what is this, like thinner, So it's going to give you that line sharp and then blend it out a little bit. It's going to take you a little bit more time. And this one is the contour blush. But actually, you know what? I think this is Forever 21. It came like a set of like 18 brushes. So Forever 21 brush. The e.l.f. one, it's actually pretty good. Here's the e.l.f. one. The angled blush brush. See, it's a little bit wider than this one. It's a little bit more firm too. Anyways, so that's that one. And then another e.l.f. brush. I just got it. This is like a very super detailed contour, very sharp. I mean, I like the brush, but it takes, again, it's like really sharp line, and I'm not, you know, too comfortable just blending it out. I feel like I'm taking my foundation off. And then my very first contour brush is this Coastal Scents. Look how crazy old. But Coastal Scents brush. It also came in another set of like 18 brushes. And this is another really good brush again, because it just like goes right underneath and it just like blends out pretty easily. So I really like that. And I just got this, I mean, not too long ago, but it's a contouring brush from Real Techniques, and I really love this one as well. I don't usually start it off with the line. I actually start off just going in circles and then blend it out. It just kind of depends how my hand goes, really. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use these two brushes, one on one cheek and one on the other one. I'm going to start off with the Real Techniques contour brush. Ooh. So contouring your cheeks, if you smile, I don't know, that's kind of what I do. I don't even know how I do it. I think I do that. There you go. Do kissy face, duck face, whatever it is. And then the shadow automatically appears, however your face shape is, which is like right here. And you want to kind of stop, I think where my eyebrow stops, I think that's where I end. Yeah. Right where my eye is. The end of my eyebrow, which is like right here underneath my cheekbone. Yep. Okay, let's start. Yeah, see, I start in circular motions in this one. I mean, with this brush. And then back and forth. So this is more of a warmer contour or bronzing color from the Wet n Wild. I really like it though. Yeah, I really, really like it. It's a little harsh, but we're gonna make it work. Can you tell a difference? I don't know. Anyways, okay, so going back to which colors I would pick from these two palettes. From my Kat Von D palette, I would pick, I think I would mix these two because this one's a little too dark. So I would mix, I think these two. To tell you the truth, I think I don't really use these browns from the Kat Von D that often, just because they're a little bit harder to blend out, and like I said, they're a little bit more muddy for my skin tone, and I like a little bit more of a warm contour, and this one has more of a cooler tones, but I would use these two very, very soft and lightly. For my Lorac palette, I honestly, like, I love every single color. They're a little bit cooler, but it's, I don't know if you can tell. God, it almost looks the same. I don't know. I feel like, let's see if you can. Oh, they almost look the same. I think the one all the way to the, what is it? This right here, the darkest color. I don't know. I keep looking at them. They almost look the same. I mean, in the palette, sort of. No, I don't know. I still like these shades colors. I mean, the contour brown colors a lot better than the Kat Von D. I like the highlighting colors in the Kat Von D. These ones, I like them, but Kat Von D. I wish they had the Kat Von D's and this and then the brown. Anyways, that's way too much right now. Okay. So, yeah. For my Lorac palette, I would just really use all of them. I think I would maybe warm up my face with this one a little bit more. It looks like I've been using this one, yeah, and then add a little bit of, maybe just mix these two colors, the light and the deep, to do a little bit more of a deeper, harsher line at the bottom. And yeah, maybe I'll use one of them just to do that harsh line. It does. Let's try grabbing this deep contour just to see if I could do a little bit deeper. I think it worked. I don't know. See, and then when I feel like it's getting too far into my cheek right here, I'll go back with the yellow and just clean that out and blend it together, and it just kind of goes away. Anyways, let's finish the rest of the face. I'm going to use this for the other side of the face. See, so you're already kind of starting to see that contoured face. Just add a little bit more. Very lightly, just because the brush kind of tends to take off my foundation a little bit. Grab the other brush, the Real Techniques, to maybe blend it out a little bit. This one went a little higher. Guess there's no problem with that. Makes my face a little more chiseled. Okay, and then I think with the leftover, I just go on my nose, around my nose, to give it that straight effect. I have a bump on my nose on this side, just kind of bubbled up. So I want it to look like this, somewhat. Just do right underneath. There we go. Now I'm going to contour the rest of my face, and like I was saying, my forehead isn't really that big or that small, so what I just usually do is just go around my hairline to just add that warmth and try to balance the contour. And I do go all the way in right here just to kind of like close that in a little bit, because I still feel like I have like a wider head on top. And then again, if I feel like I add it too much, try to make my forehead look a little bigger, I add more of the highlight around on the top, basically all the way to my hairline, and then it just kind of gives that blended look, or just blends out the color of the brown or warm color. So it just opens it up a little bit more. So it just kind of like makes me have like a longer head, kind of. And then, so I actually looked a lot better with this e.l.f. brush than this one. Looks a little bit more messy. Well, now I know. Okay, another step that I don't usually like doing, only because I feel like you could still see that brown around my neck. I still add just the slightest amount right here, which is like where my double chin, I don't know if it's double chin, but my cheeks kind of tend to fall a little bit right here, if you can tell. So I want that shadow to maybe make that skinnier face right here. So I just added around my chin. And then a little bit around my chin. And then just bring it out. But it's like a very light, I didn't even think I haven't went back and added any more color. So it's like the leftover. But that's pretty much it. I mean, if you want to go crazy, I think I would add, just to clean up the bottom, highlight. Looks so muddy. Not muddy, just like messy. But, you know, we work with what we got. Anyways, and that's it. That is my contouring. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that, you know, helped you kind of understand a little bit of like contouring. Definitely know the features of your face, where your cheekbones are, where they end, so you know where to add that sharp line. The features on your nose, where to contour around it, and there's only so much that I like doing just so it looks as natural as possible, just to enhance a little bit of my features. Maybe add some blush. Okay. So I think that definitely makes a difference. Once you add your blush, you can just tell a little bit more how the contour comes alive. Anyways, you don't have to use like a pricey contour palette. I mean, this Wet n Wild definitely did everything that these pricey ones did. So far, I really love this contour palette. Another one that I had from the drugstore was my e.l.f. contour palette. It comes in the 4s. I really love that one. But I did give it to my sister because she doesn't have any and I thought she would love it. So, and I got this one for Christmas. So, and they have like almost the same shades of the e.l.f. contour palette because they have a highlighting one, and then they have, basically they have these 4 on the e.l.f. contour palette. So a yellow highlight and then 2 contour colors. Anyways, this was my contouring routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you maybe might have learned some different tricks or just enjoy watching this video. Hope you guys have a good day